Hello and welcome. This is Dirnan, back playing Minecraft again. Today it's Foolcraft 3 mod pack. Last episode we built those village houses over there. We'll walk on over there, do a little flying. That's where we're headed right now. Today it'll either be working on some stables here or working on a big tower that'll go kind of here where this is blocked off. I think it'll be the tower today, so I've already gathered some materials that I need, and now it'll be deciding how tall this should be. So, kind of have an idea of how tall, but we'll just pillar this up. Being able to fly is a great help with this, and I know that I started with 33 blocks, so I'll just put a torch on top for good measure. So the way I'm going to decide if that's good height is by walking into town by the two paths that are available. These two stone brick paths. So I can see in the distance, there's the tower. And I can see, okay, it sticks up that high as I'm coming in. The windmill is a good height up on the hill. Okay, just kind of checking it against other stuff. It'd be a big tower there. Okay, I like how that kind of looks. Maybe it could be a little taller. Let's check from over here as you cross the bridge what it looks like. So if you came in from this side, okay, so you see the windmill, and then this looks a little shorter. Still just kind of would dominate, add a little bit of height there over these houses, similar to how the tall house there, it kind of just pops over there. And I put it here so that when you stand here, it's not in a direct line like the mall in Washington, D.C. in America, where you've got the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial in line with the Capitol building, just so it doesn't line up perfectly, in a straight line. So it's just, here's a tower, here's a tower, here's a tower, here's a tower. They're all in a line. It's breaking it up, putting it near this path and near this path. Yeah, so I think that's where it's going to be. I think that's how tall it's going to be. So let me gather up maybe a block pallet and put that over here, and probably yeah, I'll grab that together and see what I can see, and I'll be back. Welcome back. Alright, so it took me a little while, but I think I figured out a good pallet for this. I've decided on some stone related items and some wood related items. And then sort of a splash of color with the blue to go along with the blue themed of this village slash town that I'm making. And then in this mod pack there's white sandstone, so I'm using that plus the stairs. I think that'll be a good trim piece for some things, and it's a good contrast with the white and sort of the dark browns and the browns. So I think this is a good palette. So I've got a concept art thing that I'm looking at in order to build this big tower that's gonna spring up right here, and I'll start building the first level layer type thing, and then we'll see where I go from there. Alright, looking forward to it. So I might have gotten a little carried away. So I built the four sides, and the sort of the first layer of this tower, I really like how it turned out. As you can see, windows, doors, the accent color just barely there. Yeah, and then on this side I started to use the chisel, just hitting the stone bricks a few times to get various things, and then also with this white sandstone to get a different look. So it's broken up a little bit, so you can see it just, to my eye, it looks a lot better. Just a little bit, not just one flat thing, as you can see on like this side, where it's just stone brick, white sandstone, stone brick. So next task will be to just sort of divvy out that again on all four sides so that they don't match, but that they kind of look a little different and yet look the same, if that makes sense. So that's what I'll be up to next, and you know, I'll just do that a couple times here right now. So I know that the weathered brick looks good. That cracked stone brick, you just have to hit it twice. You can also hit it a bunch of times, and it gets the cracked bricks look, which is a little slightly different maybe than that. This part here might be a little brighter than that part there. And then you gotta click a bunch to get to this one, which is the trodden bricks, which kind of looks just sort of like a muted, blurred version of the stone bricks. Yeah, so I'll just work on this side real quick, just mixing up where stuff goes. Yeah, it doesn't have to be super over the top, but you know, so that it's looking a little bit broken up from the solid line. Oh, that's a mistake, but I'll live with it. And then this one you just hit once to get a different texture that's just slightly different. Yeah, I mean, it adds it to the top, but I'll be covering the top of that anyway. So yeah, so that side's done now too, I think. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, so I'll do that on the other two sides and then start building on the top. I spent a little time working on the next sort of tier / level of this tower, and I'm pretty happy with it. And there it is. It's not too much, but it kind of juts out and then goes back in, and I really like it. Just adds some depth to it. I do need to go through the white sandstone with the chisel and just sort of change up a few of the blocks, but I really like how that looks. I like how it looks from down here as well. It just sort of adds a nice big structure. This does worry me a little bit that I'm going to exceed where that stone pillar goes, because I want the next section to be kind of really long. So because this roof, curved roof thing kind of just it became more of an arch. I really like how it combines together and it narrows the tower now. So I'll build this next section probably just on one side, and then I'll bring you guys back. So I had planned on recording a clip earlier, but this morning when I was playing, my kids decided to come in and want to watch me play, so that wasn't going to happen when they're wanting to talk and ask questions about what's this, what's that. So instead I just kept building while they watched. So this is what I did. I pretty much built this side of the building, and then continued it around to this side, and then didn't do the roof on that side yet, but that'll happen. So this is the tower. It's much larger than I had initially thought it would be, but here it is, a nice blue and white top. Maybe that's a little bit too much blue there in the middle, but yeah, here's that pillar that I started with of how tall I thought it would be, and as you can see, it's a bit taller than that. But I do like the height of it. Before, that stone brick pillar was about as tall as that tower over there, maybe. So this is definitely going to be the focal point, at least for the moment, for height at least, for this area. So I do really like it. Coming in from this side, just imagine another side to it that isn't there. So maybe yeah, I'm thinking that blue stripe in the middle here might be a little too much here. Maybe just on the sides and then use wood up this middle. I don't know. We'll see. I'll play around with some stuff and see what I can come up with. Alright, I'll be back. Hey there, we're back, and I finished the tower. It now reaches up really high up into the air. Really excited about it. I'm excited to build up stuff around it to make it not look, well, it's still going to look huge, but not look as super out of place, kind of, as it does right now. So as you kind of walk in, it just sort of dominates any sort of height advantage that it needs. Nice big clock on the top. It's always whatever o'clock that is. I added some interior, just some levels of stairs that are at the window level. Stairs up to the level, I guess, that are at the windows, and then this is just a way to get up all the way to the top. Big gold bell at the top, also, just for fun. Doesn't need to be there, but it's fun. Yeah, so it's all done. So now I'm on to the next project. Either that, or I'm going to start working on getting the path to maybe incorporate around this a bit. So making all of this a little more stone, less grass around the edge. Kind of like how this is gravel over here into this water that was here before. Yeah, so that'll be fun to add that in, and then after that, it'll be onto the stables that'll come in here, and then I can move most, if not all, of the horses that are around here into one area, kind of keep them from wandering off so they don't just pop up and scare me when I'm going around. Yeah, so the tower is all done. And that'll be it for this episode. I'll catch you in the next one. This has been Dirnan playing Minecraft. Bye.